What's up, guys, and welcome to this episode of Tuesday Night Talks. My name's Mikhail.
And I'm Hannah.
And every week we come to you with a Facebook Live session talking about social media marketing, digital marketing, and anything you guys want to talk about. Today we're changing it up a little bit. Earlier we decided we don't really want to talk about marketing, right?
There's so many more things in life of what we do than marketing.
Believe it or not, there is more to life than Instagram. I didn't want to believe it, but there is actually more life to Instagram.
It's weird when you stop looking at it through an Instagram filter.
Absolutely. So every week we're going to be coming to you with Hannah's highlights. And today we're also going to be covering the 3 mindset changes that could lead to huge results. As always, we like to open this up for a live Q&A. So if you guys have any questions about social media marketing, digital marketing, maybe freelance entrepreneurship, if you want to call it that, I don't really know what you call it. Feel free to comment below. And yeah, well, let's get started. Hannah, let's talk about your highlights for the week. We haven't seen you in 7 days exactly, because we start at 7 p.m., which is amazing. What's been going on?
We haven't seen each other in 7 days.
No, just on Facebook for the Facebook.
Days.
Yeah, so
we didn't see each other for 3 days, and it was really weird.
Did it hurt?
It was a little weird.
Good.
I didn't like it.
Bobby, thank you so much for checking in. We're just going over Hannah's highlights. So what's been going on? What did you see come up in the last 7 days in the marketing world or in your life that you'd love to share with the audience?
See, I'm really glad you gave me a couple hours for warning about this, because someone asked me how my weekend was, and I was like, I think it was okay. I don't really remember. Anyways, I went for a really good run on Saturday morning, and I went to Newport, and I paid like $3 for parking in order to run up and along the beach, and it was great.
How long did you run for?
It was only 4 miles, but...
Only 4 miles? I run 2 miles on a good day. Just so you know.
It
takes me like 37 minutes to run for 2 miles.
It was really rough.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. So that was the Hannah's highlight. What about, so you're not really on Snapchat. Did you hear about the Snapchat update?
No, what Snapchat update?
So for those of you
I know it's new filters, but...
There are always new filters on Snapchat. But for those of you just checking in, it's okay.
Bad marketer.
I am a Snapchatter myself. But for those of you just checking in, Bianca, Bobby, thank you so much. If you have any questions about social media marketing, let's do mindset changes today, feel free to comment below and we'll be sure to answer them live for you. But in the last 7 days, there was a update that was released by Snapchat. And what you can do right now is you can open up your Snapchat, and on the main camera you can pinch. Right.
Tell where you are, right?
Exactly.
Yes,
you can
I
see
did hear
where
about
all
that,
of
for
your
the
friends
record.
are,
Didn't hear
if
about
they
it.
didn't ghost it. And in addition to that, you can click anywhere in the world and you can view the snaps that are going on in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world.
I mean, that's almost taking a page from Instagram, how it was you could tag locations in it.
Kind of, except for like I can tag New York City.
Way of going.
Yeah, it is a different way of doing it. I guess on Instagram what you could do is do a search for New York City, for example, and then view the stories.
Because the stories come up from there. Because like when it's in the story or in the story.
Yeah, that's actually true. What's different though is you can actually see where your friends are in real time. So I think that's kind of exciting. Also, kind of creepy.
Big Brother is out there. That's all we can say.
Big Brother is out there. But you know what I think is really interesting about that is there's always this debate about whether or not, Instagram is going to win. Oh, by the way, Beth Peterson, I don't know if I should call you Mrs. Peterson. Thank you so much for checking in. Beth Peterson was actually my 2nd grade teacher.
Oh, thanks for joining.
Yeah, she was.
So good to connect.
And made such a huge impression in my life. I moved just from different parts of Mission Viejo, but when we were 5 years old or whatever it is, like the 500 feet around us was our entire world. And when I moved to this part of Mission Viejo or wherever I was to go to Carl Hanke, she just really made me feel at home. So thank you so much for doing that. You definitely instilled a lot of confidence in me at a very young age, and I haven't forgotten about you. In fact, Facebook stalked her to find her. Whatever. As a digital marketer, what's really nice is we have like a free pass to Insta-stalk people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. My friends come to me when they're like, hey, there's this guy I want to find.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we were saying, there's always a debate between Instagram and Snapchat and who's winning, because Instagram has copied a lot of Snapchat's features, obviously with the stories, which is basically old news now. They're trying to do the filters, but I'll tell you what, I look better on Snapchat every single day. We tried that today, right?
We did. There was a really trippy, like 70s acid trip type of the multicolored one.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
I've seen that one before.
By the way, if you don't follow us on Instagram, be sure to do so. For me, it's MIQK. The Q comes before the K, and it's HJ Moyer. Feel free to give us a follow. That would be great. Bianca Asic says Instagram is greater than Snap. Ugh, a little bit.
Yeah, see, I got off Snapchat, I think, before Instagram stories even came out. It was just another thing that people tried to contact me on, and I just wasn't cognizant enough during the day to be like, oh, let me go Snapchat. I was more of the, like, every once in a while post on Instagram. I know I'm weird.
It's fine.
But
it's all right.
Bianca, you're with me. So,
yes.
And then once Instagram stories released, like, I go in phases. Sometimes I'm really good about it, and sometimes I'm not.
I think you're pretty good.
You do it a lot more. You're more consistent.
I just like
am.
looking at my face. My mom told me I was very handsome.
So I'm like, whatever.
My mom told me I was very handsome growing up, and that's why I like to do it. Dylan, thank you so much for checking in. Bianca, again, thank you so much for your engagement. It means a lot. If you do find this
even
content,
if you disagree with him,
even if you disagree, I think that disagreeing is very valuable. If you guys find this video entertaining or valuable, I would love it, and we would really appreciate it if you decided to click that share button. But if you do have any questions about Facebook marketing, Instagram strategies, or anything like that, feel free to comment below. We're talking about Hannah's highlights, and we're actually talking about the Instagram update, or I'm sorry, the Snapchat update. So the biggest thing is, and this is something that I say often, is that the Instagram and Snapchat are playing relatively different games. Something that you don't see on Snapchat or on Instagram, for example, is the discovery feature, where there are publications from Cosmopolitan, from Men's Health, from MTV.
And they're starting to develop TV shows.
Yes.
For Snapchat, which is kind of mind-boggling, but at the same time, it makes so much sense.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
All
right.
Anything else, though?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good news. Anyways, yeah, so Snapchat has all these publications, as Hannah was mentioning. Time Warner actually just, I think they signed a deal of some sort
It's
where
like
they'll be
millions of dollars to
$100 million for not just ad spend, but also little TV shows that are exclusively made just for Snapchat.
It'll be interesting to see how they take that, because like we can all start thinking of how they would develop it around the unique platform that Snapchat is, but it'll be interesting to see what actually happens with it.
Yeah,
I may have to
absolutely.
download Snapchat again just to see.
Absolutely. So the games are really different. Yes, there is I think that Instagram, for example, is so much of a content push. I think there's a lot of activity going on Instagram where it reminds me a lot of Twitter back in the day, where there's conversations going on in the comments. The DMs are actually getting better. It feels a little bit more natural to DM on Instagram, whereas 6 months ago I was saying like that was dead, but now I'm doing it all the time.
And also with the change to the bots that Instagram has done,
Sure.
there's been a lot, like there's been less engagement, but it's been better engagement.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have 10, great job, thumbs up emoji, this
Yeah.
is the best.
Absolutely.
Generic comments that, I mean, they don't make me feel good because I know it's a bot, so it doesn't change the mindset of it, I guess, behind it.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different things that are going on right now between Instagram and Snapchat. I still love Snapchat. I think that consuming content is going to be more and more acceptable, or not acceptable, but more and more embraced by the general public. And what's crazy is this too. This, let me borrow your phone real quick, is viewing videos in like vertically as opposed to horizontally.
Oh my gosh.
Is a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's like you have to consciously make that decision of how is this video going to be used. Because
Sure.
before, background, I was an audio major. I took video classes. Like, tech is my background, kind of, or production is my background. So it was always, oh, let's do horizontal. Like, that's just what
Yeah.
it is. And then we had a live production where
Sure.
we did vertical video. We brought in vertical screens. And then we had one center that was horizontal. But it was kind of bizarre, like learning, like reframing things to
Yeah.
fit for a narrower frame.
Yeah, that's
and it's
true.
very narrower and taller.
What is it 9/16? Is that how you do it?
16:9.
It's 16:9, the ratio or whatever it is. When you're filming that way, it looks amazing on Instagram stories. I really recommend that you try that out.
I like how my face looks on vertical as opposed to horizontal.
Oh yeah, like I have the whole thing down. Like I know where to hold the camera so that I look taller, which is hard to do at 5'6".
His forearms look. One of his, I guess, the Snapchat workout.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like...
My arm is actually pretty pumped from the Snapchat workout. Patrick, Pat. Well,
you okay?
No, I'm okay. I can't remember the Twitter handle right now for whatever reason. Pizzy Patches, how you doing? It's so good to see you. Pat Lemaster, thank you so much for checking in. As always, every single week on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. we open this up for a live Q&A. Let's talk about anything, but if you do want to talk about social media marketing, digital marketing, or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment below and we will answer it live. But this week we wanted to change it up. As we were saying earlier, I mean, I love marketing and what we do. It's incredible that our job, to a certain extent, is messing around on Instagram.
Like, we can't complain. The fact that putting an Instagram post up, either for our clients or for ourselves, is work.
Yes.
Like, totally get caught up in the, oh my gosh.
Although we were really deep in, like, spreadsheets and analytic reports today, and my brain is relatively fried. But we're actually at one of our clients right now, Wingnuts in Costa Mesa, and our job today was eating hot wings. Like, it doesn't get much better than that, so we are very blessed. We've been, Hannah and I have been working together for over 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah, over 2
we
years
now.
now.
We had our Twitterversary.
Yes. Emily, so good to see you. Thank you so much for checking in. But we've been working together for over 2 years now. We've both been in the digital marketing space for a long time, so we'd love to share the knowledge with you, especially if you're a small business owner, or even if you're a freelancer or anything like that. We'd love to share some of our strategies with you. So feel free to ask any questions below about digital marketing, social media marketing, or anything like that. But if and when we do get any questions today, what I would really love to get into are mindset hacks that could really lead to big results. I started my first company in 2014, I believe.
Yeah,
it seems
right.
longer than that. Started my first company in
Lifetime.
2014. We were dealing with a lawsuit at the time. We didn't even really know what we were doing, and there was a lot that it took to get through that and book our first couple clients. Hannah, as well, has made some major changes, moving away from her family. She recently moved.
I mean, that's been since college.
Sure,
but I was in Nashville.
But now you're a lot farther away from your family.
From my community in Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I mean, there's a certain sort of hustle that comes with having, like, doing freelance work and depending on that as a majority of your income, correct?
Well, I think it's also just because we've both experienced companies failing. I mean, within probably like a year of each other. Mm-hmm. But we were talking about through the issues at the same time.
Sure.
And that was, I think, really helpful for us both because our personalities are different, but we were going through the same thing. So it was really, and you're also older than me and have had more life experience.
Sure.
So it was really interesting to being able to talk about all of the emotions that go behind failing and closing a company or splitting ways with your business partner or whatever that a lot of people don't really talk about.
Sure.
And so it was really helpful, I think, for both of us just to be like, what is this? What do I need to do? How would you react to this? How would you word this and stuff like that?
Yeah.
At least from my end, that was
no,
really helpful.
Absolutely. So if you could share with the viewers, what would be one of your mindset hacks that has really helped you achieve greater things?
Oh, I said this earlier. Don't be a victim. You aren't a victim of your... I'm all about the tough love. But you aren't a victim. You can, to your circumstances. Obviously, there are victims in the world, but we're not going to go down that tangent. Anyways, so I think... But
it's more of thinking to yourself, like,
what was me?
Exactly.
Yes. None of that thought.
Sure.
Because ultimately, I mean, you can change your situation within reason. Sure. I mean, a year and a half ago, I was working at Starbucks and freelancing on the side. And then I started working at a startup. And then I came out here and I'm working and I'm freelancing full time basically. And so, I mean, you decide yourself and you make the steps to do it.
Absolutely.
And I mean, there's definitely, it's hard work. It's not fun. But you have the power to change your circumstances, and that sounds really cheesy, but we're gonna go with it.
I think absolutely. What is one practical way one person can look at their life, let's say, and not look at themselves as a victim or change their circumstances, as you say?
Make 2 or 3 goals of where you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and a year, and just start. It doesn't have to be perfect. Pick one. Say, I want to have a successful blog in a year. So you can start figuring out names. Write your first 3 or 4 posts to help narrow down your niche and narrow down your voice and figure out your tone and everything.
Yeah.
Work on getting your logo, like register your URL and your domain name and everything. And
for the noobs out there, an URL is a URL.
my dad is an engineer, and so hi, Dad. By the way, you're gonna watch this later. But they always said Earl. My dad, my brother always said Earl, so I just started saying
That's
that.
fine. Can you tell your dad that you're all right so he doesn't hate me?
I'm all right, Dad.
She's fed. I promise.
My rent is paid.
I love that. Okay. Cool. Those are some really great strategies. I really
What
appreciate
about
it.
you?
For me, man, I think one of the biggest strategies that I've been re-implementing over the last couple weeks is actually almost a derivative of what you always say, and it's remember why you started.
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely.
yeah. So today on Instagram, for example, I put up a post that said, dedicate every day to something bigger than yourself.
I love that one. That was
Right?
really good.
Thank
yeah.
you. I appreciate that. And but it reminded me of, remember why you started.
Mm-hmm.
And even with little things, for example, whether it's going to the gym or you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm more around 6:30, something like that. You have to remember why you're doing those things. And when your reasons behind that are stronger than just like, oh, I want to get a new pair of Jordans, or I need the new iPhone, or I need a new Mac computer, or I want to go to Thailand or something like that. The problem is with those types of goals and those types of reasons behind actions, like once you acquire that thing, like if it's an iPhone, it's done. And then
Exactly.
it's not something that sustains.
I mean, even experiences are the same way too. Like the post-vacation blues are very real. It's something
Absolutely.
that, like, yeah, amazing trip, spend time with friends or family or significant other or whatever, and then you come back to real life.
Yeah.
And that's when we all start having the problem.
Yeah.
So what can you do to make your real life better today? Don't wait for perfect, just start. I get stuck in that all the time.
Right.
I'm like, well, my website's not perfect yet. Like,
Yeah.
no, just launch it. It'll
Yeah.
be fine. No one will notice.
Right. So when you have reasons or purposes that are long lasting, like, hey, I'm waking up every morning so my daughter can go to college because I'm 30 years old and I want to live until I'm like 89 or something like that, or I'm doing this so that like I have a team behind me that's depending on me. And when you really remember those things, it makes it a lot easier to wake up really early in the morning. It makes it easier to do something like going to the gym, like making the extra phone call, like sending the extra email or something like that, and just going the extra mile. So for me, the mindset changes. Instead of thinking about something tangible that only lasts for a moment, think of something that's going to last for a lifetime and focus on legacy as opposed to, something finite, right?
Yes.
So
definitely.
that would be one of my hacks. What about the third one, Hannah? Let's put that on you.
Give me a third one. Oh man. Let's see. What did I say in the first one? Don't be a victim.
Don't be a victim.
I would say my second one was just start.
Just start.
Yeah, so I already said that one.
So it's more of like just getting
But-
over, like,
Yeah, because
I think better than just start. And I think what you
don't
might,
be like have the paralyzing fear of not being perfect.
sure.
It's
So
you're
no
not gonna be
paralyzation by
perfect.
overanalyzation.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah, good.
I
good
didn't
rhyming.
coin that, by the way. So don't be paralyzed by
Ooh.
analyzation. Go ahead.
Surround yourself with a community that both understands and supports. And those can be two different types of people.
Sure.
You can have friends that aren't entrepreneurs or aren't in marketing, aren't doing anything you're doing, that can still be supportive. And it's almost better to have some of those friends, because then you can completely, like, if you put a bunch of entrepreneurs together, we're all going to start talking about our companies and our problems and how we can solve it, and, oh, what did you try this week, and et cetera, et cetera. But so you need your non-entrepreneur friends, and then you need your entrepreneur friends.
Sure.
And those are the people that have been where you are. They understand the stress of waiting for that check to come in, or figuring out how to pitch to a certain client or certain investor or something. They all understand that. And so you really need to find your community. I mean, online is one thing, but I think physically in your location
Sure.
is also really important.
Sure. Okay, great. So we're going to cut it short. Actually, it's not even that short. It's still
Yeah.
20 minutes. For those of you just checking in, thank you so much. Every Tuesday, we host a Facebook Live where we answer any of your marketing questions or anything like that live. And if you do have any questions after this, please feel free. You know what, Juan? Thank you so much. That gives me a little hope. Like, and that's the other thing too. And that, like, let's do this as a little bit of a nugget. For instead of the 3 mindset hacks, let's do 4 as a bonus.
Okay.
And the 4th one would be, it starts with 1. And I think this goes with your just start theory, where it's like, dude, you don't need 100 viewers on a Facebook Live to make a difference, because it takes 1 person to change your life.
Exactly.
You know
And
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
can help, like when we started our podcast, it was the same thing. If we can help 3 people through this,
Sure.
that's our goal is done. You
Yeah.
need to still strive to be better than
Sure.
you are, but you can still,
Absolutely.
you don't have to have like a 200 million impressions or
Yeah.
something. And I purposely said an insane number, but
No, I completely agree with you though. It just starts with 1, and I think if you're developing your personal brand, you're starting your company, or if you're just looking for that promotion, take the jump. You know, and it'll be worth it, because the worst thing that's going to happen is you at least try. So, every week on Tuesdays at 7 p.m., we host a Facebook Live that will answer any of your social media marketing questions, digital marketing questions, or anything like that. And I'd like to leave with a motivating moment with Mick.
I thought you were going to say with Hannah, and I had to think of one. Go for it.
The 3 M's was crazy for me. And this motivating moment actually comes from Tony Robbins, and it's a slight mindset change that has really changed my life over the last couple of years. And it's making that slight shift from I have to I get to. So instead of I have to go to work tomorrow at 9 p.m., think to yourself, I get to go to work tomorrow at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. or whatever it is, but I get to go to work, because there are so many people on the planet that don't have the same blessing that we have of being able to get to go to work and make a little bit of money.
Exactly.
Right?
And we're very, I mean, even someone was saying this past week of how, I mean, specifically in Orange County, we're like, even if
Insanely
we're
blessed.
just like making it work financially, like we are so incredibly blessed compared to so many
Everybody
people
else.
in the country and in the world. Like
Everybody
we're
else.
very, very fortunate, and so we get to do things. We don't
We
have
get to do things, and we don't have to do things. So we'd love to leave you with that. For everybody checking in today, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. If you did find this useful, entertaining, valuable, we'd love it if you shared it. Don't forget to follow Hannah on Instagram and Twitter at HJMoyer, and myself, Mick, M-I-Q-K. The Q comes before the K, and we'd love to see you next week. Until next time, peace out.